Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Good to see you once again. I just want to talk about this particular topic and myth that has been going on, that it's because black men or males or boys are looked after by black women, that's the reason why black men have no backbone in our society. And the fact that anyone would even believe that, I don't understand it. This topic, I don't even know where and how to start, but I'm just going to dive in and just share my own opinion, because what I always try to do is to make us see things, to make us see the truth in all the lies that we as people and in the black community, the lies we believe, because most of us don't have a mind of our own. We don't have wisdom of our own. We don't sit down and think and look. We are not looking into our own community, into our own circle. We tend to be comparing our own circle, our own community with other race. Yes? How can you say it's because a black man raised a black man? That's why most black men have no backbones. Number one, is it all children, all the boys that black men raise that has no backbone? Is it all? I don't see the children, the boys the black women raised that are doing well. They're doing well, they are productive, they are heads. Yes? They are aspiring, they are creating. I don't see the praise that we give those black women. I don't see black men praising those women. I've never seen it in my life. Yeah, most of us, some of us, including the black women, we always give praise to our mothers. Because why? They are the foundation. They were and are the foundation of the home. They are the neck. The neck. You go evaluate that yourself. Without your neck, where would your head be? Where would your head be? There are categories of black women who give birth. There are black women who are raped. Then a child gets created from the rape. There are black women who were sexually abused. A child gets created from that sexual abuse. There are black women who were lied to. A child gets created from that lie and the, I don't know, I don't want to say this full word. There are black women who gave birth age 14, 16, 19, not in a serious relationship. The men come and lie and tell them, give them all the nice talk they want to hear. Before you know it, they have sex, and before you know it, a child is created out of it. There are black women who got married, had a child or had children. For some reason, it didn't work out. Both parents, they went their separate way. Yes? And they are grown up, advanced Black women who later on have children. So, which Black women are you referring to? Which one are you referring to that they are for you to assume and believe that it's those children, those children the Black women raised that have no backbone, that are weak, that are misbehaving, joining gangs? Which category of those women I've just listed gave birth to these children you claim are no good? Which category of women? That's one question I really want to ask Black men. Okay, let's put these girls who were raped when they were young, who were abused when they were young. Let's put all these teenage mothers aside. Let's come straight to the mature women. Yes, when I say women, I mean from age 25. Yes, get married, you have children. Maybe at that age 25, from when you turn 30. Yes, you later on divorced. You went your separate ways. And that said father has refused to be part of his father's life, his son's life. Who do you blame in this scenario? Are you going to just only blame the woman, or solely because, oh, if the father was not in the house, was in the house, this child would have not been this way? So most of us, don't we live far away from work, but we still buy the travel pass, we still buy our tickets, and we go to work regardless of how far it is, isn't it? So whether Black men are in the home or not in the home, shouldn't they make their priority their sons or children? For this video, we are talking about sons, yes? Shouldn't they make them their priority, just as they make work their priority, just as they would make the next woman they meet a priority? Shouldn't their children, their sons, be their priority if they were to separate from their ex-wife? But do you know that most Black men, once separated or divorced from the father of their children, especially when they separate when the children were still young, or they divorce when the children were still young, most Black men just forget about those children, move on to another woman, and start having more children. Are we going to forget that this is what most Black men do? Out of bitterness, pain, and spite of a woman telling them, you know what, this is not working out. Maybe we should let's just, let's mind our business and stay on our own. You go your way, I go my way. And let's still put the children should still be at the center. Are we going to lie that even when we are in that marriage, that we are the one who still make sure that things are okay with the children, financially, socially, intellectually? Yes? Are we going to lie that it's not the women who still tackle all this area? How many men are really interested if you don't teach them or beat it into them? How many Black men are really interested. How many? I'm talking about the women who were married. Most of these black women you claim raised hopeless black male, or as a result of their upbringing, this is why the black boys um, are useless. This is why they join the gang. This is why they misbehave. This is what, just because there was no father in the house. As that black woman who raised the child, have they ever visited jail? Has the police ever been called on those black, so-called black women? Do these so-called black women, do they smoke? Do they even drink? Do they even party? Because most black women, they don't do this stuff. They don't. Are we just going to lie blindly and say this quote is true? Or this lie we have been telling that black women, yes, some black women, they are right off. We know that. The black men who go and mate with those kind of black women knows that this is the kind of black women they are laying with, still choose to leave their sperm in there to create a child, because those black men, they don't just care. And these kind of black men are no different from the black men that okay, when we say we got married, we are married to this man. These other kind of black men who don't care, they just sleep with any women they like, they are not far away from the black men we got married to. They don't care. Even the black men that are now behaving and acting well, it's true, it's due to lecture, insult from different black women online talking about who they really are. For example, Cynthia G. But these black men, they will not admit that it's true all this education, complaint that black women have been given online that has helped them to straighten up. A lot of black women have raised a lot of black boys on their own, because sometimes the father just gets up and leave and never even bother. Some, they just went to sleep. They just went to empty themselves and they emptied a child in the woman. And then they asked the woman to go and abort the child. If I ask you, the percentage of crime out there, who is the cause of it? Is it not black men? Men in general, but in this video I'm talking about black. We black, that's it. So who are the leading cause of offense, of bad behavior in the black community? Is it not black men? Of course, these days they carry along black women as an accomplice. But is it not black, the same black men that are doing all that they are doing, that the black boys are copying? Is it not? Because when we are looking at how black boys were raised, we have to look at the upbringing of those parents who gave birth to the black boys. We have to look at the upbringing of those parents. Age is also a huge factor. What you know when you are 25 is not what you know when you are 16. Imagine, imagine a 16 years old giving birth. And if that environment is not a good environment for that 16-year-old to actually raise that child, and the father is a 16-year-old too, a brainless child, what kind of child do you think you will be creating with those two 16-year-olds? Even men and women who are of age to have children, who are matured. When I say matured, I mean from age 25. When you have a child, these children still go astray. They still go astray. These children still go astray. Black men in the black community have always not shown care right from time. Because in their understanding, they think being able to go out there and provide money is enough. I tell you, this is the mentality of most black men, especially in Africa. Everything else gets left to the woman. It's only abroad I hear now that the women are blamed for raising children, the boys. Back home, that's what the women do. They raise the children, even when they are married. Have you heard of married single mothers? Do you think that don't exist? I was a married single mother. It exists. I have friends who are married single mothers, where the man leaves home at 6 o'clock and will not return till 12 o'clock at night. Or in the name of I'm going to work, he will not consider the fact that he has children and he has boys. He will never take his boys since when they were born to when they get to the age they are at now. He has never taken them to a park to play, to kick football with them. Nothing like that. But he is married to the woman, to their mother. There are married single mothers, a lot of them. In fact, 80% of married women are single while married. A lot ignore. They want to stay in their marriage for the sake of these children we are talking about. I have a grandmother who had four boys, 3 girls. 4 boys, 3 girls. And our grandfather died when he was just 39. And back then, men marry younger women. My grandmom was probably about 20 or 19 when she got married to my grandfather. And my grandfather was probably 30 something. And by the time she was 20 something, she already had 7 kids. And he died while the last born was still in the womb. My grandmother raised those children all by herself with the help of her mom. Yes. Three of those boys did just fine, but one decided to take the wrong route, and all the girls did well. They did well for themselves. Wasn't easy. Before you start blaming the black women who stood by, went through those stress, go to work, come back, cook, clean, still try their best to make sure everything is okay with the children. You are wrong to say it's because they were trained by a woman. That's why they have no backbone. But the mothers who trained them had backbones. Did they not see the way their mother is doing everything? Did they not see how strong their mothers were? I'm not saying they are strong, but when society, when life throws what it throws at you, what are you going to do? Those black boys, they see their mothers. They see it. Most of the frustration is what their moms obviously threw back at the children. And for some reason, black men are the ones who act on that um on that challenge the black woman was going through. They act up on those emotions more than the black girls did. It's not because the black girls did not feel the things their mother was doing them out of the stress she was going through. It's because the black girls tend to understand and care. If 16-year-old give birth to a 16-year-old child, two 16-year-olds give birth to a child, and the child become wayward, you can't be blaming all black women that they raised the black boys. That's why black boys are like that. No, no. There are women, there are black women who give birth to boys and do everything to raise those boys to become a upstanding person in their lives. Society, environment will do their part on that child. Peers, society, environment. Who are the people polluting society? Who are the people polluting environment? Is it not the men? It's the men. It is the men that are polluting society. It's the men that are polluting environment, where these little young boys will have to grow and strive. The behavior these little young boys would have to copy from is from the men in our society, not from the women. Not from the women, it's the men. So the woman is just being blamed because there is no man in the home. But many forget that there are men in the home, and the woman is still the one who take up over, or who do the most. Who do the most? It's just unfortunately that black women, they are doomed if they do, they are doomed if they don't. If they marry, a problem. If they don't marry, is a problem. Like I said before, which praise do you give to the black women who raised sons that are doing well in life, sons that are achieving? Which praise have you given those black women? I have a neighbor who obviously has two sons. They are doing fantastically well. She raised them by herself, all by herself. She didn't make right choices herself, I'm not going to lie. Because she met the first one's dad, he ended up in pregnancy. The second one's dad, it ended up in pregnancy because it's not like they were serious. They were just, you know. But those two sons, they've turned out very well, and it was only her. It was only her. The problem is with black men is most of them are very selfish. It has to come, it has to happen through the way they want it to happen. They are very selfish and they are very foolish. For you to ignore your seed because you chose work over the seed you created. Because you are angry because you were dumped. You are upset because a woman told you they don't want the relationship anymore, or the marriage, they are fed up of the marriage because it's making them feel some type of way. They are not really happy in the marriage. They want to exit. You take it personal. Let's be frank. Most of you men, you always want to climb up with a woman. You know how women have to multitask to suit you, to help you. You know it's not easy. Most women, they are better off alone if they are not with the right man. They are better off alone. We were given a brain sense to think, to know, to feel. And when we use it and realize and learn and wake up, we are automatically bad women. These men who are complaining, talking about how black women raise the black man, that's why the black man has no backbone, that's why they end up in prison, that's why they end up in this and that. Which one of you black men are very happy to take another black man's child? Which one of you are very happy to take that child and look after that child and make sure that child does well? There are only a handful of you who are willing to do that. Most of you will say you won't raise another man's child. Most black men will say, I don't want to raise another man's child. But you forget that you as a man, your input is needed, whether they are your child or not your child. You forget that. They don't have to be your child before you play the role you are supposed to naturally play in a young man's life. And then you blame a woman for it. In my opinion, I don't care if a black woman, the father of the child is not there, or the father of the child is died, or the father of the child is divorced from the mother, or the father of the child was 16 years old. I still believe that black men in the community are the ones who influenced those little young black boys. They are the ones. Because these black boys, they are definitely not copying what black women are doing. No, They are copying what black men are doing. Say, for instance, I have a cousin. Yes, she got married to a Jamaica husband. They divorced. They had a son. She left that son with the father because she said he's a boy. As soon as that child turns 5, she started leaving him fully with the dad. That boy now is something else. Is something else. And that's a child the father raised. The father raised that child. The mother was happy to let the child be with the father. But she was involved. She was there. She was there. She goes, she takes him to school, she cleans him up, she does everything, but she just does that. She and the man were not together anymore, but she was ready to be there for them to look after that child. But the child was mostly with the father. So when I hear the blame on, oh, black women, you raise raise these sons, that's why they are like that, that's a big, huge lie. Because these black women, I'm not going to say they are excelling, they are striving to excel. Why did the black boy not copy that? Why did the black boy not copy that? Why is it what the black man is doing in the environment and society that the black boy tends to copy? Why don't they copy? They don't see their mother striving to excel, striving to make ends meet, striving to make life better. Why don't they see that? Why do they see gang? Why do they see drugs? Why do they see gun? Why do they see knife? Was the mother holding a knife? Was the mother in a gang? Was the mother holding, was she in a gang? Was she holding knife? Why is the son not copying the positive things? Why don't they copy the positive things they see? Why is it the negative, the bad, the ugly that they go and copy? And I ask again, who are the ones committing this atrocity, evil, all this polygamy business, all this gang? Who are the ones doing it? Is it not men? So why are women blamed? Why are black women blamed for so-called raising a black boy? That's why they have no backbone. That's why they end up in jail. That's why they are the way they are in the society. The truth is, black men have never really been strong. They need women to straighten them up. They themselves need women to straighten them up. This is why you see some black men, they'll say, oh, since they had children, they've turned their life around, they've become a better man. The women straighten them up too. So are you going to expect someone that a woman has straightened up to be able to straighten a child up when he doesn't even have the skills himself? I address this topic today because I just feel like we say things but we don't understand what we are saying. We don't pay attention to what we are saying. We don't research what we are saying. We just believe the myth we hear. And that's very unfair. So unfair on a lot of mothers I know, mothers who are doing their possible best. When they are not with a man, they do their possible best to raise their children upright. A lot. Keep them out of trouble, send them to school, get them to do house chores, but most of the boys are lazy. Lazy. The boys, the fathers are out there working. Don't even come pick their children up, take their children nowhere. Even the world can testify. When we go on holidays, you will see mostly it's the black women that are carrying 4 children, 2 children, 3 children to any activity. There is less black men there. The only time you see black men is when they are with when they go to the other race to get married to the other race of women. There they appear. Because that's why they want to be good fathers. So when they are with a black woman, they can't be good fathers. No, you don't see them there. They leave the job for the black woman to do. Because they in their head, we are strong. We can do it. So they take themselves out of the picture. And most black women, they accept that. So it carries on. I have been to places. Yes. And I look around me. I see a lot of black women with children. I hardly see black men with them. The only time I see black men, it's very rare. And the only time I will see black men is when they are with a white woman or when they are with Asian woman. That's when they get involved. So for black society to actually say that, or black community to actually say that and actually believe that in their own head, that means you are in denial. You are in denial. You are. Most of the black sons, when you tell them to do things in the house, they cry. They cry. It's not because they don't teach them, but they are too lazy. They are too lazy to do. They are too lazy to get things done. They are too lazy. They don't want to do anything. When they are in Africa, they say it's because there was no money, it's because there was no food, they do what they do. When they are in Europe, they give another separate, different excuse. And that's mostly the black boys. When you are generalizing, please, especially the black men, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Yes, it's unfortunately that you came from a broken home, a useless mother, a stupid father, but it's not every black women or every black sons that came from a rape, from rape or abuse or teenage pregnancy. It's not every black sons. Some badly behaved black sons also come from 2 parents household. They come from 2 parents household. It is not a black woman that should be blamed if they were married and they separated or they divorced and the man choose to go and start another family instead of looking after the one he created before. Then it's not the black woman's fault. It's not the black woman's fault. You need to direct your blame to the black man in the home and the black man in the society who are creating nonsense for these other black boys to copy, who are not doing something inspiring for the black boys to copy, who are not doing something creative for the black boys to copy from. Those are the men you should be blaming. Not black women who are minding their business, striving to do something to still increase the black community. to make it meaningful. Those are not the ones you will blame. Because God knows that, heaven knows that, the whole world knows that it's the black women who are keeping the community together in the first place anyway. It's the black women. Look at the war in Congo now. Just look at the war in Congo. How many black men are coming out to speak on it, talk about it? How many? No. But when it comes to submission and nonsense talk on podcasts, they are very good. When it comes to giving useless advice on how a man should this and that, then women will come running after him. They are very good at that. But when it comes to uplifting their black boys, doing something positive in their black boys' mind and environment, without involving, talking about women in it, black men don't know how to do that. They don't. I'm going to end this video here, but those of you who have believed this myth before, you better go and rearrange your mind and your head, please. Most black men are spoiled in the home. Yes, we spoil them because we do things for them. We do everything for them. We do. I will send my daughter 100 things to do, and I will give my son 2 things to do. That boy will still cry and wail as if I killed him. Because right from time, I will go and do things just for him. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. So when I started letting him take charge, it became a problem. It became a problem. So if anything, yes, we spoil the black boys. We do. We spoil them. But we are not the one who spoiled, who corrupt them. We are not the one who corrupt them. We might spoil them by not making them do things at home, but we did not corrupt the black boys. It is the black men who corrupted the black boys, not the black women. We spoiled them. They were corrupted by the black men. I'm going to end this video here. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I need your comment down below. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.